Hello, it's me, Mad Hat here. I'm just here to talk about the quick thing about my video that I just made here. This review is a really long one. It was never planned to be like this. It was more planned to be showing gameplay and talking about it at the same time. But after thinking about it, I felt this video just felt more of a rant and more of a podcast in a way. So this video will not show anything of visual, nothing. It will not do any of that. So if you want to experience any gameplay or anything like that I've want showcased, all of it will be in a second video with all the raw gameplay, everything I have, everything, all of it, combined in one together sandwich. I will have for that video obviously timestamps of when I talk about this part and that part and this part and that part and this part and that part, and clipping down and obviously that. But like I said, I am showcasing raw gameplay from my side, all of it, one go. You can watch it all. It's basically gonna be like a silent stream of me doing that. But like I said, I did not plan ever this was a good idea, and I wanted to more combine both together. But as you can hear from this microphone, this is my headset one. It's really shit, and I can't use it. So to solve this problem, I've been using my phone, and because you can't double down on both, it's really hard to do both and all that. And I don't do scripts ever. I always say these rants. They're rants. That's why they're called basically my reviews with ranting about it, because I like to rant a lot. That's how I basically present anything of these. So again, you don't have to watch the video, just have the audio playing. You might hear a little bit of what I would have done for editing, but all of it still comes together to say everything I want. And again, this is also what I like to do with my reviews. I think this will also be in the future, that this is how I do it. Raw, you hear raw opinion from me, no filter, no changes, no nothing. It is straight from how I feel, how I am, and how it was. Nothing else. Alright, that's enough my ass. Let's let the past me that just finished the game yesterday and recorded this all today, let him speak and let you all hear how the experience was. Have a good day or night and enjoy. Hello there, it's me again, Mad Hat. If you already watched my other video, then thanks. But if you haven't, well, here's the actual review this time. Today I will be talking about the whole thing now. I played the game from back to bloody front. I've gone through everything I could do, endings, the glitches, the bugs, the issues, all of it. From the good, the bad, the ugly, I've gone through it all. I've chased it, I have gone it, and I can say with it all, there is a lot of shit to say, there's a lot of stuff to do, so let's not waste any more time. You all want to hear about this, so let's go talk about Millie's Fantasy Party Review Deluxe Updated Edition. Alright. Let's go over to the first important part. What is Millie Fantasy Party? For those who have never heard of the game's name before, Millie Fantasy Party is a 2D horror adventure game set alone with you as the character called Oliver going to basically Halloween party at a fairs area, and mostly just going around exploring and such. I can't say more because that is literally it. There is more, but we will talk about it when we get to it. So now the thing is with it all, Oliver as the character and such, it's again, we can talk a lot about things. So let's go over one of the things I really want to go over immediately: visuals, sound design, voice acting. It is breath of fresh air to hear English for the first time, and it actually sounds really good. They chose a really good cast. I really like a lot of them. One of my favorite people that had the best voices was the guy that's voicing Super Jack. His name is on YouTube, Super Blue Justice. Go give him a shout out from me. Give him some love because he did a bloody great job. As well as the guy that played Woosie, our bigger boy over here. He as well. Both of those two, they did a really good job, and I really am proud of both of them. So those two voice actors should give themselves a pat on the back. Now, as well with that, let's go over it now that is done. The visuals is also really beautiful. The art design is blended in a great way. It doesn't stand out, it doesn't undertake, it really just goes together in a good blend, and I really enjoy looking at it. It has that old 2010 vibes, that just something you can't get your hands on as much anymore, and that is something that I can completely appreciate, and that is really fun. I really like that. As well with the music, I do say a lot of the tracks are kind of too much the samey, and that is kind of sucks, but it ain't horrible, not at all. I still like it. It is just too much of the same. You can't have darkness and darkness if darkness gets the same darkness. It is different, but the difference is you still have to poke a bear enough times to really see the difference on it, and that's kind of makes it sad. But it's fine. It's not like I'm losing my mind over it. Not even close. Now, that is just small bit of stuff. Fries stuff. We gone over now that. Now let's go talk about the lovely thing called gameplay. The gameplay is quite simple. You first things first. It goes for a game of, as my old review said, go to area and mini games to boot. And it really continues this idea of small little mini games to basically get the player to be doing stuff. Don't get me wrong, playing whack-a-mole all the time can get boring, but they're not playing whack-a-mole all the time. They're doing different stuff, and I'm actually proud that they're doing small little things, not just from one single mini game. There's multiple of us. I'll put a pin on this. Don't worry, we're coming back to this. So as it is with going around and exploring, they give you a map, giving you a lot more choices and such. Going around, figuring out stuff, collecting things. It is fun because it's not too big that you will be lost, but you still are. But you've been hungered down enough that you can still stretch your legs and walk around and figure out things. And I really like that. I like that the game has a little bit of showcasing it. Hey, you can do this. Hey, you can do that. And I really like that. I like that a lot. I have a lot of fun with a lot of this, that experience, and that's really, really good. And now that's done, we're gonna have to talk about this now. This is the part that I'm trying to avoid like the plague, but I have to. Now for the gameplay part of talking about the mini games. All right, let's get this over with. The mini games are having multiple. There's multiple of it. We got a rhythm game, driving, collect candy, a little flying mini game, hide and seek, runaway simulator, and click 2 buttons, and then last but not least, time your X-wing. All of them are, in my own words, is a lot of them can go from meh to it's fine to it can be fun, and then to no, and one is just no. You might be thinking, how does my opinion go up and down like a fucking pinball? I'll quickly go over it. When I was doing recording for this one, I also finished the hardest achievement. I really got And that's the first one we'll talk about. The driving one, because those are the first thing you get. Not the first thing in the game. The actual driving one. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Editor's note, skip this part and change to talk about this here when we talk about mini games. Alright? 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so to talk about the mini games, there are multitude of these things actually. And well, here's some, let's talk about all of them. There's only a few, but let's talk about all of them from how they are. First one is the driving one. You're basically trying to draw, but you don't want to move too much or hit bumps to ruin the drawing. I really like that because it makes the player have to be focused and you can still draw at the same time. And you can't just quickly move 24/7. You have to also stand still, making it even more tensiony. And then also comes the same problem oh hey, I want to play the game twice. Oh, congratulations. You finished it first time? Well, you don't have a reason to care about this anymore. You can just relax and do nothing. So you're telling me I just have to do nothing after the first time beating it? Yep. This is not a good thing. Please edit for that. Please, for the love of God, just put a goddamn trigger in any form of way of just skipping that, please. Next, we'll be going for the driving one. The driving one is fun on lower difficulty. Higher difficulty on the hardest, and it is bullshit, but it's possible. It is just bullshit, and it's very noticeable. Why? It's hard, so I'm not gonna go like, oh well, I shouldn't have noticed. It was basically having all the signs screaming to it, so it is still my choice for going for it. There will not be any hiding on that. However, if you call it hard because the chances of it all working for you is the same thing as you flipping a coin and trusting God that you can make it, that's not good. And you might be thinking, what do you mean? We're talking about the achievement here because that is the reason why. Achievements are optional, not something mandatory. But I'm talking about the achievement because let's say someone actually does want to be a completionist and beat the whole game, aka me. Well, if you do it, here's how my experience was playing it on hard. And this can also be said on normal and easy as well. On while I was doing it, the player immediately gets to start, and congratulations, you now have to pray to God that you are not getting hit by the only item in the game, a cake that can projectile that can stun you and slow you down hard. Not shitty, hard. If Mario Kart saw your goddamn green or red shell, they would think you all had blue shells, doubled stronger. No, I'm not joking on that. So it really is making itself really just oof. But not just that, avoiding those cakes. Those cakes will only be attacking if the AI sees you and you're driving, and then right you forward them. If they have a cake that you won't know until they toss it, they basically immediately see you, be like, all right, he's there, toss, and that's immediately when you have to avoid. Meaning, the player is constantly doing back up and back up and back up and back up. You're basically swerving constantly, going left and right when you immediately see another NPC in the back to be sure, hey, do you have a cake? And even if you do decide to be trusting them, don't, because if you fuck up once, if you screw this shit up 1 millisecond, you can have multiple things happen. Let's go over the list, shall we? Crashing into people, crashing into the other drivers,
being not able to leave the other drivers. The other drivers slowing you down so hard that you can't even move. Literally in a situation where just because one driver stopped you, now you're in a crescendo of 4 drivers cutting off every exit. That's just the minor stuff. And even if you do decide to make it, like I did, they have boost. They have the speed boost that you also have, the move faster. But you know what but you don't have? The one thing they do have. They can bump in you and you're then slowed down. You? No. I get it. It's like, okay, why would you have a ability that? Then why would you have cakes? I agree. I can 100% agree on that. But here's what you could have done there. Have boost when you're using boost. If you at the side of a player or the side of them, like Mario Kart, you can boop them, and then they get basically pushed back a bit. That right there would have been making it, and it would also while you're boosting, you cannot get stunned like that. It would make the player have more options, less and not less. But overall, it is hell. And if you think I'm just saying that with a little bit of haha, look at the montage. Alright, so now you understand why I constantly was in pain doing this. Then let's go over the third and final one, the flying one. The flying one, from playing the original one to this one, is bloody good. Actually, wrong. Actually, I gotta remove this part. Yeah. The getting candy part is a very fun upgrade, and I really like this. Yeah, it's a little bit harder to now know fully on what you can and can't grab, but because the extra health now, and it's not just random, too much random stuff fall down. You know, oh, this one I shouldn't touch, but this one I should. It's very simple. It's simple enough that I don't think anyone needs instructions, because anyone can be figuring out from point A to point B. But that's the part I really liked about that one. It's not the biggest change, but it is definitely a good change, and I do like that. Now for the flying minigame, it is day and night how big the changes are. I can mention so many things about it. We'll just go over. I'll just say, from all of it is simple. The health bar doesn't feel so goddamn long just to take someone out of that. It's been reduced slightly. It is the same time as well. You can hold down the button. You don't have to spam anymore. It is nice that you don't have to spam anymore. Your health, you're not a weakling. You can actually take punches. You can actually take the damage. I actually like that. Also, the attacks, telegraphed. They are telegraphed. They are fair. I did not feel at any point the game said, well, you get bullshit. No, it was all fair. Overall, it was a good mini game. I like this one. It really is good. You did really good job on fixing the flying one. Seriously, fuck yeah, it was good. I enjoyed all of it. Please let it be able to be skippable, please. Like, this is just continuing with mini games that you already beaten once. Please be able to skip it, because I swear to bejeebus, doing this 6 times, playing it twice, wrong, 3 times actually, because I had to do another achievement. No, let me play this game without this bullshit, please. Anyways, now after that's done, let's play. Now we're playing hide and seek. The hide and seek one is really, overall in that one, really goddamn simple. It is really simple, but it's also the most actually that part. Yeah. Let's go talk about the dodge the dodge one. Our little friend here, where you meet our big old boy, we'll see, and he's gonna try to take you down by grabbing you by one of the arms he has, left or right. Just dodge in time, you good. It is really fast and this one I will 100% say is become the new you can't beat the game fully unless you beat me bullcrap. And knowing that he is basically a must do if you want to get every ending, yeah, that is very annoying, but it is still fair enough for me to say, yeah, I can agree upon it, because here's a small tip. He doesn't change his directions. Until they do, he's doing the same pattern every single time, meaning the player can learn the pattern. But still, its reaction is really goddamn fucking fast. I mean that. But it is fine enough because of the repeating part, so I don't think it needs changes there. The axe swing minigame, where you grab an axe and now have to go to point A to point B, walking, and then a little enemy comes over, and then you have to time your axe swing and then move on to the next until you finish and get out. That one's fine if I wasn't doing it twice. If I was, then yeah, I wouldn't. It's bad because it goes back to showing the same problem the inventory has. When you have to activate anything, you click up, it goes immediately to the goddamn middle. Oh, now it wants to register. I get the idea, but it's annoying as hell for being something like that. It really had killed me a lot just because I had to do it. And you know what? I will not lie. I used an auto clicker. The footage you see here is auto clicker. I use an auto clicker because it fucking goddamn was so annoying. Don't get me wrong, if I still clicked it, and I did it a few times when I started before, the first time when I did it, so it's possible, fine, don't get me wrong. You don't need an auto clicker like me, but it is nice to have an auto clicker. And that is one, but it is one of the, also really not a good thing if I am pulling out an auto clicker to solve my problem. Really not. Alright, now let's go talk about the Ferris games, and I would love to be like, well, they're all different. They are. But they all follow the same rule. Toss and you win. I'm sorry, but it is same thing, changes small. The balloons, you get free tosses. The ducks, you get infinite tosses, just how many you can. The targets, you get infinite tosses, and you just have a timer as well. All can give you up to 50 tickets max. Go over to the vendor, buy a toy, and then continue until you finished or you don't care anymore. Let me say this now. The toy has nothing. Unless the game designers are later in public an inventory where you can see the items and what you have collected and such, I have no reason, I repeat here, no reason to use it. It's like filler for filler. Don't get me wrong, it's filler for a reason, but it is not fun filler. Second of, the Ferris wheel again, they got them, the lovely tossing darts at the board and all, at those targets. Auto clicker again. And you don't need to aim where. All targets work. Meaning, I just took a corner, auto clicked, left, came back, got enough tickets, gone back, and done enough times to finish it. And you might say, wow. That's sad. Yep. I get it, you wanted to have last fun minigames with Ferris stuff, but you could have 100% done really something different. Alright, I'm gonna toss 6 ideas right now that you could just have stolen from me, and if you do decide to ever do, That is, I don't think so. But here's the 6 ideas you can steal from me. Think of having multiple plates on a wall. You have 3 tosses, and every time you toss it to break it. Now the fun part of the plates is every time you miss, you lose a ball. But every time you hit something, you get the ball back, and there's basically a timer going up and up and up. So the player with the best skill can obviously get that done. Another one could have been a little water game, like for example, like firefighter. You're basically having a water hose, being able to spray down to save a burning building, and then later the fire spreads to be more places. You have to manage it, manage your water to other places to keep as many people alive, so other firefighters can help and get them out safely. 3. You could have had a little mini game where you basically played a board game. Let's say, for example, basically blackjack. That would have been where you could have basically done that. Or if that was not, poker would also have been an option. Something like that could always been an interesting idea. Or another one, and this is the 4th one actually. Take a 20-sided die, D20 as it's called, from mostly like those, and then roll them, and then what number they get is the amount of seconds they get to basically guess how many how much were on the wall, for basically like a guessing game in a way. Like you flip a card, then you have to match with another card, that kind of stuff. So you basically roll some dice. Oh, alright, I got 10 seconds. I can look at it and pay attention. If you get 1, well, sorry, you got 1. The fun part of that would have obviously been a player could then, if they didn't get time for it, still be able to get something interesting, but it will mostly rackle the brain. Another one could have been having a with all the plushies you buy, have like this. Go to a fan that's really happy about the park, and he really wanted those plushies, but he couldn't get those. If you give them to him, he'll be willing to even show you a game that he has been working on. For example, that game could have been a little bit of like a RPG kind of style, where the two players have different cards, but these cards can only do like few things, like attack, defend, and then and so on, like small kind of stuff. And the last one that you can steal of these mini games ideas that I've just said is you can have a fun one where our character Oliver is holding a bowl, and then he basically gets more and more items up there, and you have to balance it without having to fall down. That could also be a really fun one, and then like basically seeing it. Other than that, like again, there is more, but that's what I'm going for this kind of place. Now, after all these mini games, there's one last one I have not talked about, and it's also the most egregious one. The hide and seek one at the hut. If you heard those words, you already know the pain. If you don't, you're in for a ride. The hut is basically, as I say with the words of it, the hut is the experience of base players all together and going in, have to hide from our woozy boy, and you have to go from point A to point B, getting items and such, scissors and pen. What problem is
the designer's idea was if you get too close to the door, you can hear the noise. You can hear noise. You can hear if our boys are right beside. If you can hear our enemies right there in the back. I found out it worked. Don't get me wrong, it worked. But you open a door just by walking into it. There was many times when I just died because I was trying to listen, and then I walked through the door and just do. And same time, well, even if you do know, okay, he's right in the hallway, you don't know where in the hallway. It doesn't matter even if it is in the hallway. You have to be dummy sure that he's not in the hall. Because here's the thing: if you hear, I'm right here, but the problem is you can't hear anything that's indicating that he's far away from where you are to he's close to you, then because he can walk into the door, and if you get spotted, you can't hide. There is no I'm gonna run and hide. Don't even think about it. Just don't, because if he spots you and you don't find a hiding spot where he literally can't find you, good luck. Because he has persistent speed of opening doors, going through doors, fucking fast. Good luck hiding. In my own words of saying it, it is as I did that over and over and over and over and over. I can only say this: please have a listening mechanic that would be a lot better. You may steal this one. This one you steal from Last of Us. The listening mode. Have that kind of listening. But the difference between the listening part is when you have to listen for it, there will be a button that says listen or something like that. And then you basically get to the door. If the music goes higher and higher, it says he's really close to the door. Get out and hide. If he's far away, then the music goes very low, and if there is no music, then you know, alright, I'm good, I'm moving forward. It's the idea of why of that is important. It's really important to really hammer that down, and I really mean that. Alright, I'm so let's get this let's go over it. Cue the montage for all the times I failed in that hut. Let's get to one. Alright, now that's talked about, let's go over Let's go over the story as well that I actually want to talk about. The story has been upgraded. I would not give it it's winning every goddamn war. No, it is not. You have improved the story by now giving me more than dirt. Oh, sorry, not dirt, nothing. I have now sand and water. Before I had wrong. I had something. I had dirt. Now I have dirt and water. It's improvements. And I get it. This game really wants to touch that. Ooh, what might happen? Guess, guys, guess. I can guess. There is enough clues for me to guess, and not get nothing to it. And I can figure out a story on my own, 100%. But even though I can figure out the story here and still not have every answer, that I hope the guy gets answered in the next game, you can really feel the problem of not having enough info. Don't get me wrong, I don't think it's a horrible thing to not have enough info. I don't think that. I'm a FNAF veteran. I know that feeling. But the thing is, let's go over Woozy, for example. Why is he killing them? Alright, well, he's killing them because they... Yeah, I can't really guess because I can't know. Okay, well,
What about the whole park's problems and disappearance and such? Uh, and I know it's because of him. So why? What about the our the other mascot character, the Miss I don't remember her name. Sorry, her name will show up right now. What about her? She dies just by talking to a goddamn kid. How can talking to a goddamn kid make you go, yep, that's how I died? Like, I'm sorry. That one I cannot in any form of way say that was nice. That's what I like to see, because it just really, the character died like that, and that right there is just makes it sad. Like, I wish for the experience of, oh yeah, it worked, but that right there is like, there's so many questions, so many things we don't have an answer for, and that really is the sad part of it. It's like, why, and why. And again, any story with no answers is perfectly fine. If you give someone nothing but basically dirt and water and expect them to make something out of it, don't get me wrong, you can make something out of it. But I'm asking a lot of questions and I'm getting few answers. And even the answers I do get is vague and speculation. I hope nothing more that the game gets more story, because I'm interested. I'm 100% intrigued here. The story is better, 100%, but I just want the next game, if they do, or any form of it, if they update or anything like that, give me a bit more to chew on, bit more to work with, bit more to see, and that right there is the important part I'm asking. Now that the whole experience and talking about the story has been done, I have to now talk about the last part of the game that is important: the bugs. I could not avoid them. I saw a hell of a lot of them, and I'm going to goddamn talk about them, because there's so many. So let's go over them, shall we? We got audio glitches. Goddamn level design having a little bit enough collision for me to struggle to move forward. Hey kids, you like the game crashing for some reason? Too bad. And a freaking multitude of, oh, did it work? Okay, I might sound like a negative Nancy here, but I'm telling you, from the first to this, it is breath of fresh air. I saw so little few bugs, and all of them that I'm mentioning here are nitpicks. Overall, they did a really good job with fixing the bugs department. I see a squeaky game with bugs free galore, and I love that. Still those bugs that are existing are so noticeable and so heavy. It's still hard for me to be like, yeah, they're hard, but they are nitpicks that will be mentioned as well, because there's more. Talking to an NPC, if you want to talk to them once, walk away, talk with them again. That's annoying. Also, you sometimes just can't get to talk with them sometimes because you didn't be in the right spot and the game didn't feel like it. Oh, what about inventory? You're gonna go get the item? No. You gotta press the menu again so that it registers using the item. That goes for the X2 that I also mentioned some time ago. Oh, hey, you're a bit of a pickle here, and you need to also need to have a walk around. Well, don't worry. The game will automatically force you in a direction because the game thinks you've just sticky keyed yourself. Yes, the fix for this one is really easy. Just go into inventory and then somehow it solves its own problem. But you can hear these small issues piling up. They are small and simple shit that can be solved, but overall it's bug free and they did a great job keeping it clean. I cannot give it shit for that. Again, I'm talking about small nitpicks that can be fixed, but overall good stuff. Now after all this talking about it, let's get to the verdict part. Let's talk about how do I feel about this game and what are my thoughts what are my thoughts on this stuff. After experiencing everything the game has to offer, tasting it all, seeing it, hearing it, here's my final goddamn verdict. It's a 6 out of 10. Now, 6 out of 10 for me is okay. It's barely getting okay. I'm not joking on that, and there's a really a lot of reasons, but I'll give the main three. The obvious main three are minigames, skip it. Let me skip it. If I played it once, let me skip it. I mean that. Let me skip it. I know 100% if a minigame is so annoying you can't beat it, I still say don't let me have this problem. But if I beat it once, let me skip it. Let me get out. Let me go home from that. Because that right there is perfectly fine. If I am struggling enough and I'm playing this game twice, and this game is so short, I do not want to do the same minigames 6 times. So I say it again, let me skip it. Let me skip it. 2, I really mean this with no jokes. The first big endings are literally the arcade, and that is it. What you choose in the arcade, what you choose in that arcade is the biggest bloody part of the whole game. Other than that, you're done. If you leave the arcade, you already can do 2 endings in one go. If you stay in the arcade, you can do 1 ending in one go. And one of them is the most boring one, and that's staying in the arcade. But you might say, well then, did you choose the candy? That's the part. If you refuse the candy, you get to the easiest ending. If you said yes to the candy, congratulations. You could have done all that by just leaving. Play the second part where you actually had to worry about literally going through all this crap of the hut and all that stuff. And then when the game says, attention, due to problems, you all have to leave the park. You know that you can go to the game station there, and congratulations, you get the same ending and the same animation as the same guy that did staying and play those 2 extra mini games. You hear the problem with that? It makes literally not even an extra ending. It just means you're going to meet the same road. The only difference, one is just, it just stops. The other one, can you do that? And the other one doubles down with 2 endings that you can just do. Yes, both do give you 2 endings, but one of them just actually does offer 2 endings. The other offers a single freaking gone be gone ending that you have to do. So you are forced, no matter what, to do 2 playthroughs. And that right there also pisses me off, that I get so little from one and it dies so quickly, and I do all that work. And then also, even if you do all that work, you can meet then the same ending you can get just from playing the other one if you go a little bit out what the game followed you for. Or just did. Like, you could do it by just being unlucky. Now, other than that, the last one and my final complaint about the game is clearly would just be, give me a more engaging experience. Don't get me wrong, there is things to do, but there is things to do with a big asterisk. Because I talked about the map beforehand, with the map being like, oh yeah, you can walk around, see, go to these places and such. They are still there, but because of the hunger down part and some of it, you do lose you really get the illusion of choice, and a lot of that is just sad. But why am I mentioning the map here is because of one area that pisses me the most off in the end of all this: the lake. I don't know who made it, I don't know who chose it, but I'm asking anyone in the team, even the main guy that did all this, hey bud, can you tell me what the hell is there? Because I'm saying this, the one and only time I could be there, I got there as many times as I could. Every single time I did something. And the footage says itself, you can see that. And you know what? Nothing changed. I'm sorry. I'm playing a fucking video game with choices and places to go, but you're telling me an area of the game does nothing? It's just to look cool? Why do you then have it? I'm sorry. It's like having microtransactions. Yes, Michael, not micro. Microtransactions for no reason in a video, in a goddamn ad commercial. I'm sorry. Why is it here then? Tell me. I am not joking on this. If anyone can say to me why it's there, I would be freaking happy, because I can't see any reason to be there other than look nice. Like what? Lore reasons? Someone see Jesus? The achievements are basically your bread and butter of knowing what you should go and should do and what you can and can find out. But the goddamn lake does nothing. It does nothing. And I wanted to do something. Just anything. And that is the saddest part of this whole thing. Of all these complaints that I've said here, the big three. The last one is just, it does nothing. You can't. And that's sad. I hate, I have to complain so much. And I really hate that I have to ever say that. I really do. So again, my final verdict, it's 6 out of 10. It's okay, barely going down to 5. It stays at 6, but it's almost getting out the door and getting to 5, coming in. But it stays at 6, and I cannot in any formal way say more than this to anyone that does want to get their hands on this game. Buy it only if you really need a goddamn horror game, short and simple, sweet to the point, and still has love and care for it. I didn't recommend it. If you really want to support devs, I can recommend it. Can I recommend it any further than that? Hell no! And I cannot say that any more nicer than that, because it stays like that. It is a game with so little to offer and so much potential. It's hard for me to recommend it even now. It's less harder, but it's so hard to still give a clear answer to anyone. And I mean that. There is so much this game could have done that I really felt it missed the point. And I can't say more than just for the dev team, if you are still listening, I know I'm ranting like a hellhound like last time, but this is really important to say. I know that making your first ever video game, or even something first ever, can feel like you just have the baby of a child, and then you show it to the world and everyone can beat the shit out of it and feel like you're just being picked on because you weren't like the other kids. But understand this, everything I've said in this video, everything I have mentioned, everything I have said out of this is nothing from love. And I wish nothing for the best for your team and for the next games you make and for this game as well. But you have to understand, these are problems that are so bad that I can't recommend. And I'm a guy that knows, I know people that there goes playing so horrible games that like the even them would say this is playable. But even me would struggle to recommend it without going a very big iffy on it, unless I could get a really cheap list. If it was $5, I could more agree on it. It's $8, and it's fine. It's fine in its price, and I don't think it needs to change on that. But still, price or not, I can't recommend this as easily as any other horror game I have without being like, eh. And that's the sad part. I hope to God that this game, you learned something from it, and I hope that I can see a new beauty from you. I really do hope so. Alright. I'm done here. I've rambled very far enough. Thank you for the RFL studio for even mentioning my ass in the goddamn game. Thank you for listening to my old review, and thank you for anyone that did watch my old review before all this happened. I appreciate anyone that even come here today listening to all this scheisse. And I hope everyone gets a great day or night. Make your own form of decision if you feel like this game has any form of way to interest you. If it has, the link of the game is still in the description. Your money, your choice. I will not be forcing you that. Listening only to my opinion should only be used as a guiding point, not a purchasing decision. Other than that, I am done. Madhead signing off. Have a good day, have a good night. I got shit to fucking do.